Hey everybody, Brimstone here, and I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. In this video, I'm coming at you with an oldie but a goodie for comics, something that you might have memory hold, something that you might not have had read in a while, something that you might not have never heard of. But I thought it was really important that you knew about it because it's a great comic run and it's unbelievably fun. But before we get into this, if you like what you're hearing, if you like old comic reviews, new comic reviews, comics you might have forgot about, low key pop culture news that won't hit the bigger channel, please hit that sub button, hit that like button, and let's get into this. In 1996, they came out with a comic run, and this comic run was supposed to be the end of all comic runs. It was built up to be this amazing, amazing thing. One company would go out of business, and that was DC versus Marvel. And this is taking place during the middle of the late 90s. It was absolute chaos, and whoever won this would go out of business. And that quite didn't happen. And it was done by mail-in ballot voting, and they would put this out, and it was done. And this has some really cool fights, some really unsatisfying fights, and some fights that we honestly wish we could see. And before you say, well, you just have the trade paperback, you're right. I do just have the trade paperback, but I also have the 4-issue run of the comic book series. Because why? Because it's DC versus Marvel, baby. And it had some really awesome things, and there's some fights in here that I would love to see, and there has been mentions of this going forward through time, and the guy who protected the two universes is still there. He has been mentioned in future things, but we really haven't gotten crossovers like this before. We had some really, really awesome fights, like art by Dan Jurgens. Look at that splash page, absolutely fantastic right there. We had that Jubilee contemplating the fights that are happening in the fates of the universes. And we had great fights like Flash versus Quicksilver, Thor, Aquaman versus freaking Namor. We had Shazam versus Thor. We had Batman versus Cap. We had my favorite one personally was Silver Surfer versus Green Lantern, and I have a feeling if it wasn't Kyle Rayner, we would have gotten a much better fight with that. But unfortunately, we got Rayner. But we had, and then we had Wolverine versus Lobo. We all know who's going to win. That it was going to be Wolverine. But they all voted for these, and people voted. There's special issues that voted. We had Wonder Woman versus Storm, and just all this fantastic stuff. And the Batman v Superman, or Batman v Captain America, really was settled here on who would win. And we got some really awesome stuff out of this book. Some really fun stories like Spider-Man versus Superboy, like the tactile telekinesis. He can lift anything. It's like he can touch it with his mind. And it is just a fun comic. It's not a banger. It's very late 90s. Let me show you here. There's a great picture of Peter Parker with Clark Kent. I love this. I love the introduction right there. Yep, he stepped in for Jimmy Olsen. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, we got, oh god, they like as soon as they pop in and the fusions cross over, Ben Reilly, Spider-Man meeting Joker, because apparently they met, and they're like, hey, I met you before. I've never met you before. Oh, must have been a different me, because it's post-Clone Saga, and it is unbelievably fun. And yeah, this is one of my personal favorites when Superman punches Juggernaut in the head, and he flings him into a wall. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Just a very fun book. Very fun comic. It's only 4 issues. It's not crazy expensive. You could probably find the back issues for $30 to $35. And good luck hunting down the trade paperbacks. I've had this for like 20 years. But what this gave birth to was even better because, 90s comics aren't amazing. They aren't, so that they have a few key issues and everything like that, but really impactful. They were mass printed. They were put out there because they saw all the older comics taken off in price, so they just mass printed and put all these out. So a lot of things get lost in the shuffle. But the Amalgam universe was absolutely fantastic. And these were fusions of DC and Marvel characters in one-shot comics. And I have them all. I got all of them right here. I have collected these. These weren't easy to find. They're not highly popular, so there's not a lot of places carry them. But there's absolutely some amazing fusions, like Doctor Strange Fate, a fusion of Professor X, Doctor Strange, and Doctor Fate. Then there's the great Dark Claw, Wolverine, and Batman. Who would have thought it? Speed Demon, Ghost Rider, and the Flash. Absolutely crazy. And another one, Iron Lantern, Green Lantern, and Iron Man. Absolutely fantastic. And those are just the four that I personally enjoy. We got the Amazonian, which is Wonder Woman in Storm. What else do we have? We got Super Soldier. We got Spider-Boy. Bruce Wayne, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Just, there's so many great comics in this run. And these are from the 90s. These aren't wallet breakers. And will they cost a lot in the future? Probably not. I think I paid $2 to $4 a book for these. They're just hard to find. The only exception for that was Dark Claw was 10 and Spider-Boy was 10. And they just did do a reprint of the Spider-Boy comic. So that's worth checking out. But these are just fun reads. These are just great, fun comics you can sit down and enjoy, because that's what comics are supposed to be. Just something you could sit down and enjoy and have fun with. Now, am I disappointed that they, didn't make a choice on who would win this and one company shut down? Absolutely not, because we all knew it was never going to happen. But yeah, this is such a fun run, and I hope you actually go out and find these books and read them, because they are honestly 100% worth your time. But let me know what you think in the comments below. DC versus Marvel. Did you read them back then? Do you like them? Are you going to read them? I'd love to hear your thoughts about it. If you made it this far, please hit that like, hit that sub button, drop this video on social media. I'd be really appreciative, and I will catch you all in the next one. For now, happy reading, everybody.